meant...
No, Leandra. Leandra.
Shouting won't make him understand you better, you know.
There you are. Where's your mother? Is she feeling all right?
I'm tempted to say she isn't. Just to see your reaction.
Your mother didn't show up for our weekly visit. Is she ill? She is here, isn't she?
No, Gamlin. We haven't seen her all day.
Where could she be?
With her suitor, perhaps?
Suitor? Leandra never mentioned a suitor.
Well, those lilies arrived for her this morning.
White lilies. I know something about that.
Don't just leave me waiting. What is it?
There's a killer in Kirkwall who sends his victims white lilies before he takes them. He's murdered several women already.
No. You're wrong. Leandra is fine.
Aveline will get the city guard to keep an eye out. Don't worry, Uncle.
All right. That girl will know what to do. Maybe Leandra took another path to my house. I could have just missed her. I'm going back to Lowtown.
You should help Gamlin look for your mother. You might be able to track her more easily once night falls and the streets empty out. All right. The boy and I will stay here in case she returns.
Wait. You say you saw Leandra?
I did? What of it?
Blue dress, grey hair. Her cloak was brown, I think. She holds it closed with a round brooch, silver with garnets.
I told you already. I saw her.
Did you see where she went?
What do I get for telling you?
Here's a few silver. Buy yourself some food. And new shoes.
That's real silver, that is. I'm your man, through and through. Tell you everything I know. That lady was here. She looked like she was going to take the bridge to Hightown. But then a man came up to her. He stumbled and fell over right at her feet like he was dead. His hands were all bloody, like he'd been in a fight. The lady shook him, and I think he said, "Help." She got him to his feet, and he was wobbly. It was funny. Anyway, they left, and that's all I saw.
What did the man look like?
He was a man. He had hair and a nose. And nice clothes. But they were all stained from the blood.
I never thought I'd curse my mother's kind-heartedness.
You could be wrong about all of this. Maybe the flowers don't mean anything.
The man left some blood. Where he fell over. You could follow it.
Why don't you do what the boy says? I'm going to go home in case Leandra shows up.
Never thought I'd say this, but Gamlen's right. My men can look for Leandra while we check the blood. Any lead helps.
This blood is fresh. If we hurry, there might be a trail we can follow. There's another! More blood. I'm on the right path. There! The foundry. They must have gone inside.
You've been here before, haven't you?
This is where you found the human remains all those years ago. We should have known there was something else here.
Mother must be here somewhere. We need to look around. There. More blood. They are here somewhere.
Looks like someone forgot to conceal the door to his hideout.
This wasn't here before. Mother must be down there. With him. Mother! Alessa! Ooh, Maker's breath, that smell. Mother's locket. This isn't a good sign. Does he live here? What is this?
That woman in the portrait looks like Leandra, doesn't she?
If I ever make anything this pathetic, do me a favor and stick a dagger in my eye.
I need to find her. Now.
I was wondering when you'd show up. Leandra was so sure you'd come for her.
Mother always knew me best.
Yes, and she spoke so fondly of you. What a lovely, gentle woman. You will never understand my purpose. Your mother was chosen because she was special. And now, she is part of something greater.
Spare me the demented rambling. Where is she?
She's here. She's waiting for you. I have done the impossible. I have touched the face of the Maker and lived. Do you know what the strongest force in the universe is? Love. I pieced her together from memory. I found her eyes, her skin, her delicate fingers. And at last, her face. Oh, this beautiful face. I've searched far and wide to find you again, beloved. And no force on this earth will part us.
Mother!
I knew you would come.
You know me? I always save the day.
Shh. Don't fret, darling. That man would have kept me trapped in here. Now, I'm free. I get to see Carver again. And your father. And you'll be here alone.
I should have watched over you more closely. I should have...
My little girl has become so strong. I love you. You've always made me so proud.
Did you find her?
I'm sorry, Uncle. She's gone.
You were right about the flowers and everything. I can't believe she's gone.
I was too late.
So you're to blame. If you'd been quicker or stronger, you could have... She could be... Why her? Why Leandra?
The killer used Mother to magically reconstruct his dead wife. They had the same... face.
What sort of nightmarish magic is that? Oh, Maker! Maybe the Templars are right. Lock the mages up. Throw away the key.
Magic didn't kill Mother. A madman did. He could have just as easily killed her with a knife.
You said she was used. This goes beyond just murder. It's desecration. I wish you'd never told me what that twisted son of a bitch did to her. I wish I hadn't asked. I hope you killed him. Good. I hope it hurt. Bethany needs to be told. I'll send a message. Hopefully it will reach her wherever she is. Take care, my dear.
I don't know what to say, but I am here.
What about your mother? Is she still alive?
I don't know. I have no memory of her. At least you knew your mother.
Hawke. I don't care what else is going on. We haven't spoken about Leandra. How are you?
I have a smile on my face. That should be enough for most people.
That doesn't work on me. I knew her too. I want to think my mother was like her. I just have flashes of possibly long hair. But my father... Would you like to hear one thing?
You've never talked about him.
My father trained me in all the skills he had been forced to give up. He spent everything to get me into Kaelin's service. Do you know what I remember? When he read to me. Stupid things, dragons and heroes. He wouldn't turn a page until I reached over and took his hand. That big man made every step of the story my choice. I loved that. He died of the wasting in a Denerim ward. Those last weeks, I read to him. I had to take his hand to turn the pages, and I couldn't tell if he was too weak, or if it was the old game. He smiled at that, at his big girl. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Drink?
A glass for those we've lost.
All right then. Benoit Dulac and Leandra Hawke. Don't let anyone tell you when to move on. Take their hand and say, my choice. That's all I have. I'll miss her too.
Like everything from eating to fighting is a lot less complex than it used to be.
And then Hawke tore the door clean off its hinges, walked into the room, and... I guess we'll finish this later.
Have you got a minute, Varric?
For you, I have all the time in the world. Actually, I've been meaning to talk to you. People say you and that elf, you know, the angsty Tevinter one, are becoming quite the item. So, what's going on, Hawke?
Well, well, well. I never thought you were the type, Varric. I'm flattered.
It's the chest hair, isn't it? Women can never resist my chest hair. Unfortunately, it's not to be. I'm spoken for.
Bianca stands in my way again, does she?
What can I say? She's the jealous type. Listen, as your friend, I feel like I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't say something. You do know the elf is covered in spikes, like an angsty porcupine. He might have some issues.
In all the time you've known me, have I ever given you the impression that I was turned off by crazy?
Okay, point taken.
Miss me?
Sirrah Hawke, it is good to see you. The shame that Varnell brought his order is most unfortunate. Praise the Maker that you were his champion in that dark place.
Look, we're both adults here. Can we drop the pretense?
I think you'll find that I have said nothing threatening or untruthful.
You and your careful language.
I gave you what you wanted at considerable cost. Varnell is more manageable as a martyr, but his loss will be felt. You have avenged heretical Kunari with human blood. Surely that is good enough for you.
It might be if you were going to give this up. But you're not.
Varnell was a fool, but the facts remain. An offense to the Maker goes unchallenged. I will give you no further cause to shame the Chantry today, but we will have this argument again. The Viscount's incompetence all but guarantees it.
Well, she's a bitch.
Is something troubling you?
Did you know someone used the authority of your name to instigate a crime against the Kunari?
The path to righteousness is never as straight and narrow as we wish. I truly hoped this would not go so far, but do not trouble yourself. I will step in when it's time.
I think you should see these papers.
Sir Ulrich, where did you get these? He was murdered in the gallows not a few days ago.
What about his plan?
Sir Ulrich made a suggestion, yes. But we turned him down.
But you don't condemn the practice outright.
The right of tranquility has always been a last resort. It has saved lives, but it is not without its costs. If you'll excuse me.
Good day, Sirrah.
It is apparently not enough that the Kunari define my political life. They must also infect what I hold personal. It is my son, Seamus. The life you saved, he would now squander by converting to the Kun. He has left for the Kunari compound. Please, Sirrah Hawke, convince Seamus to come home.
The Arishok says nothing good about Kirkwall, yet he accepts conversions?
I cannot understand him. Maker knows I've tried, but he landed with, what, a few hundred men? Add up the deaths and defections, and the Arishok must need to bolster his ranks. I'm sure my son is quite the symbolic prize.
Did anyone else see him leaving for the compound?
He made no secret of it. I'm sure he intended it as another of his statements about closer relations. Your example inspired him. I might agree, but now is not the time. These matters are delicate.
He's politically dangerous, you mean?
The office must remain strong, Sirrah Hawke.
He is of age. The decision seems rightly his.
I want to let him find his way, but in my position, he's taken a great deal of inspiration from you. I want to allow his idealism, but not blindly. At best, my opponents will claim that my office is now in Kunari hands. At worst, I lose my son.
He's your child. How fast can he be?
Who knows? He might actually listen to you. No one else has dealt as closely with the Kunari. I hope he will see that we can be accepting and still be a proud citizen of Kirkwall. I wish we could all see that.
So was that anti-Canary, anti-Viscount, or Seamus himself not wanting to be rescued?
Seamus isn't the type. Let's go.
Enter if you must.
So, hope the Arishok wasn't planning on keeping the Viscount's son.
Sarah Hawke.
I'm here about the Viscount's son.
Are you? In 4 years, I have made no threat, and fanatics have lined up to hate us simply because we exist. But despite lies and fear, Baz still beg me to let them come to the Qun. They hunger for purpose. The son has made a choice. You will not deny him that.
Converting the Viscount's son? His opposition will have a field day.
And?
The enemy of your enemy should be your friend?
I don't fear the whole of them together. And it is not my role to reject the free choice of Vidithari. The son responded to his own demand of the Qun. He is neither my slave nor my prisoner. He is not even here. He went to his father. Ask the Viscount why he would send you and a letter both.
That probably could have been mentioned earlier.
They are meeting at the Chantry. A last pointless appeal, I assume.
I doubt he'd involve the Chantry in such a personal matter.
No, but we know who would. Mother Patrice.
A suspect in many things. If she has threatened someone under my command again, there is only one response.
I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation. I just can't think of it right now.
Her intent is obvious, and what the Qun demands is clear. This is the last insult I intend to suffer. Resolve this, or her hiding place will be reduced to rubble. I will be watching, Hawke.
Sarah Hawke, look at what you have done. To pounce upon the Viscount's son, a repentant convert in the Chantry itself, a crime with no excuse. Your Qunari masters will finally answer.
All this will do is make people hate you.
I have kept the fear of the Qunari fresh in every sermon, every prayer. They will know whose word to believe. When people learn of this attack, they will rise. Not zealots or the unknowing, but the true majority.
Great plan. Until people start dying in a war with the Qunari.
To die untested would be the real crime. People need the opportunity to defend faith, starting with you. Earn your reward in this life and next. These heretics must die.
I'll deal with this.
Go down! You are not enough!
I got what you need!
That was beautiful!
Do you see, Your Grace? Traitors attacking the very core of the Chantry. They defile with every step.
There is death in every corner, young mother. It is as you predicted. All too well.
She's onto you, Patrice. Quick, lie harder.
Don't you spout your Kunari filth. This is a hand of the Divine.
I have ears, Mother Patrice. The Maker would have me use them.
Viscount Dumas' son is dead. Killed here in your name.
I'm sure my name won't like that. Patrice?
Seamus Dumas was a Kunari convert. He came here to repent and was murdered.
Love or hate the Kunari, a blind nut could see she took this too far.
No price is too much when we speak of eternity.
Eternity is long enough that we need not rush to meet it.
They deny the Maker.
And you diminish him, even as you claim his side. Andraste did not volunteer for the flame. Sirrah Hawke, you stand with the captain of the guard? The young mother has erred in her judgment. A court will decide her fate. The Chantry respects the law, and so must she.
Grand Cleric? Grand Cleric?
We protect those of the Qun. We do not abandon our own.
Please, send for Viscount Dumas.
My son. Murdered in the heart of the Chantry by those who held a sacred trust. What hope for this city when we fail our own so completely?
The Arashok is still here, Excellency. You must be ready to stand up to him.
I cannot. I have already failed where it mattered most. Please. Hawke. Leave me.